The power of positive thinking. Long ago, in a bustling town surrounded by rolling hills and endless skies, there lived a man named Elias Harper. Elias was an ordinary man, neither poor nor rich, neither greatly talented nor deeply flawed. He ran a modest woodworking shop on the edge of town, crafting tables, chairs, and cabinets for neighbors. His work was steady, but his spirit was weary. Every morning, Elias would wake with a sigh. He looked at his cracked ceiling and muttered, "Another long day, same as yesterday." He worried about bills, about whether customers would come, about his aching back and his uncertain future. His neighbors often saw him with a furrowed brow, and though he was kind at heart, he carried a heavy cloud of doubt. One evening, as Elias locked up his shop, he noticed an old traveler sitting by the well in the town square. The man had a long white beard, bright eyes, and a smile so calm it seemed as if he carried sunlight inside him. Elias greeted him politely and offered a cup of water. The traveler said, "Thank you, my friend. You look burdened. Tell me, what weighs upon your heart?" Elias laughed bitterly. "Everything. Business is slow, my back hurts, money is tight, and I fear tomorrow will be no better than today." The traveler studied him quietly, then leaned forward and said, "Your thoughts are seeds. If you plant thorns, you cannot expect roses. The world often reflects what we choose to see. Try planting hope, and you may harvest joy." Elias frowned. Words are easy. Life is hard. The traveler smiled. Then test it. For 30 days, think positively about everything. When hardship comes, say to yourself, "There is a blessing hidden here." When fear rises, replace it with faith. When doubt whispers, answer with courage. Do this faithfully, and you will see change. Elias wanted to dismiss the idea, but something in the man's eyes held him. Against his usual skeptical nature, he agreed. The first days, resistance. The next morning, Elias awoke to rain pounding on his roof. His first instinct was to groan. Rain meant fewer customers. But he remembered the traveler's words. So, forcing a smile, he whispered, "Rain means the earth is nourished. My wood will dry better in cool air, and perhaps someone will seek shelter in my shop today." To his surprise, that morning a schoolteacher entered his workshop to avoid the rain. While waiting, she admired his craftsmanship and ordered 3 desks for her classroom. Elias felt a spark of hope. The shift begins. Weeks passed. Elias began to notice subtle changes. His face felt lighter, his back less tense. Customers commented that his shop felt welcoming, though he had changed nothing but his attitude. One day, his neighbor's child wandered into his shop crying over a broken toy. Normally Elias might have brushed it off. He was too busy for small tasks. But with his new mindset, he knelt, repaired the toy, and handed it back with a smile. The child's joy spread through the family, and soon they recommended Elias to friends. Orders increased. Still, challenges came. A delivery of wood arrived warped and nearly useless. Elias' first thought was despair, but then he asked himself, what hidden blessing might this hold? He decided to experiment, carving the warped planks into curved chairs. To his amazement, they became the most popular items he had ever sold. New man emerges. By the end of 30 days, Elias was no longer the same man. His shop thrived, not only because of skill but because people were drawn to his warm, uplifting presence. His body even seemed stronger, for he carried less stress. But the greatest change was inward. He began each day with gratitude, for the sun, the rain, the wood, the people. He discovered that positive thinking was not about ignoring problems. It was about facing them with faith that solutions could be found. Years later, Elias became known not just as a carpenter, but as a mentor. Travelers, workers, even children would stop by his shop to hear his words of encouragement. His workshop became a place where people felt lighter, as if stepping into sunlight. One evening, after finishing a chair, Elias walked to the well in the town square. There, as if waiting, sat the same old traveler. The man's beard was no whiter than before, and his eyes shone just as brightly. Elias bowed deeply and said, "You were right. My life has changed." The traveler smiled, his eyes twinkling. "No, my friend. You were right. You chose to believe." That is the true power of positive thinking. It is not magic, but a key. It unlocks the best within us, and once opened, the world begins to change. With that, the traveler stood, walked into the evening light, and vanished among the hills. Elias never saw him again, but he carried the lesson forever. Our thoughts shape our world. Choose them wisely, for they are seeds of the future. Moral of the story: the power of positive thinking is not about denying hardships, it's about choosing to see possibilities, hope, and opportunity, even in difficulty. By changing the way we think, we transform not only ourselves but also the world around us. Thanks for watching. Now more videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.